Welcome to Sports Jam!
Everybody get up, it's time for sports now. We got a real show going down. Welcome to the Sports Jam. It's your chance, talk and rant. It's the Sports Jam. All right. Cut. Hey man, you can't get any better than that.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Sports Jam on WJOB. I am Sam Sapyta, here with
O'Rourke
and Mike Zajac.
What's going on?
It is Wednesday, August the 7th. This is our second to last show.
Yep. So sad.
It is a really
You know what the weather's like outside? I'll tell you, it's 86.
Dang, always prepared with the weather.
I got that app on my phone. It comes up at the top no matter what. It says 86 degrees, mostly cloudy.
Thank God you got that app.
I mean, otherwise it would take me at least 5 more seconds.
No.
At least 5 more seconds to find the weather. What'd you guys do yesterday? I can't hear myself in the headset, by the way.
That's all, Sam. That's your boy.
Just blast all the headsets.
That's
Keep going.
that's mine.
Wow. Try three. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
I'm definitely on 3.
So what did you do yesterday?
You can turn down just a little bit. Yesterday, I went straight from work over to my. Now it's gone again. A little bit. There you go. Perfect. Went over to my aunt's house yesterday after this work, and we had pizza. My brother and his girlfriend came over. My other aunt was over there. Watched the movie Mud. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Matthew McConaughey, Reese Witherspoon, Michael Shannon. It wasn't that great at all. It was 2 hours long. It could have been about 40 minutes long. So
That's what I felt about Lincoln. I saw Lincoln. I thought that was awful.
Really?
I thought that it was just like a bunch of like bills and stuff that they were talking about, and it was like the History Channel. It like put me to sleep.
What'd you think going into it was going to be about?
I thought it was going to be a lot of
action.
a lot of like yelling and like.
You said, I want to see this movie.
Like,
there should be a lot of yelling.
And like Lincoln would be like going crazy, like, but it just didn't happen. Like he would be like
A vampire slayer? Is that the
No,
movie you're looking for?
no, but
Lincoln,
he would be
vampire
like-
hunter?
I just thought there'd be more action involved. There was no action. Lincoln's life was boring. It was a rather boring life.
I mean, it ended with a bang, but
It did end with a bang.
I heard it also was really bad. I didn't see it, but I heard it was bad.
And bang has 2 meanings.
yeah. That was,
Yes, we do. Okay,
that was
so
the joke.
so you had family night.
We did at
and
my
watched
aunt's
the movie?
house, had some pizza, watched the movie. Awful
Very nice.
movie. We actually didn't even get started, or we didn't finish the movie till about 12:30 because what I typically do is just set up a computer.
That's early for you though. 12:30.
For me, not
Yeah.
for them though.
Yeah.
They're all passing out. Set up a computer next to the TV, hook it up with an HDMI cable, find a website with illegal movies on it,
Nice.
watch it that way.
There you go. So
That's
what'd you
what we
do?
Well, that's some less exciting events. I went to cross country practice yesterday. I was huffing it because I haven't been training a lot this summer because of baseball. So I was
Shouldn't
just trying.
baseball be training in itself?
Not a lot of running though.
Okay.
Like you can get pretty out of shape, and then so I was trying to keep up with the pack, and then after that I read my book.
What book?
It's called Devil in the White City.
Are you reading that for
Summer
school?
reading. Yeah.
So they give you a book and you have to read it, and then when you come back, you take a test over it or something?
Yeah. I think it's gonna be an essay this year.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's private school life.
Glad I never had to do that. Or maybe I did. I honestly, I think I read one book in high school.
I had to do that summer reading thing, but I picked the book Lord of the Rings, and I
You can
watched.
pick any book you want.
Yeah, we had a list.
We
had a list. Okay.
Because we would pick like stupid books.
Yeah, so I picked Lord of the Rings, and I just watched the movie, and got an A or B on that quiz. So
If Mrs. Zajac wants to call in and just yell,
I'm sure she's
at
listening,
Mike.
and
She's not happy.
she's
with
making
you.
a
You're
face.
grounded.
I know she's making a face right now.
You were
You
supposed to
are
be in your room
grounded.
reading.
Yeah, I
You're
was
watching
watching the
a
movie.
I'm reading a book. The book's awfully loud, Mike.
So at 2:30, we're having a guest on, Jeremy Ratajczyk, the co-founder, president slash
MVP, I
MVP.
think.
He is the MVP slash commissioner slash whatever you want to call him. Jeremy Ratajczyk of Griffleball, talking some playoff Griffleball, so that should
You
be fun.
were in Griffleball. Let's
I
just
was-
make that known again.
Let's make that known again.
How long were you in
It
Griffleball
was
for?
a couple of weeks.
Were you? How did that end for you?
Not too well. I got cut. Yeah, but our team was horrible. So
Yeah.
So that makes it worse.
Your team
You
was
were the
horrible.
worst of the worst.
basically,
It was
yeah,
because you were on the team. That team was horrible.
yeah.
right?
Let's yeah.
Brought down the morale of
You were the
entire
linchpin
team.
in that terrible team.
Yeah, pretty much. So can we
Is that
start?
team even around anymore?
It is it's not.
The team got disbanded. He single-handedly took down the team.
The team does not exist anymore. A bunch of those guys, they're not even playing anymore. I later on in the show, I'm talking about a former teammate that was on the team. We were very good when he was on there, so we'll talk about him later. He's making some big moves with his life in baseball, but the rest of us are not. So
Also, Sam, tell the listeners what we're giving away. That's your cue to talk.
that's yeah. So we're giving away.
We were giving away 4 tickets to the Cal Ripken World Series at the Hammond Optimus Field, which I will be broadcasting Friday with Ryan.
So
at
will
1.
Joe.
And
I'll
then
be
you
there
will doing the
at
next game.
3. No, Mike's doing the next game at
Mike's
2.
doing the next game with
Well-
Coach Brian Jennings.
Brian Jennings, and then you're doing the
The
3 o'clock.
with Ryan Walsh. I think I'm just doing an inning, but that's fine with me.
Okay. All right.
So we're giving away 2 pairs, right? Not
Yes.
all 4 at once, 2 pairs. So we'll take the
And then you could get your Mike Zajac autograph if you go to his game.
There
too.
you go.
we'll take the 51st and 52nd callers.
How about that? 51 and 52.
Anybody that calls in and guesses our exact birth dates.
219-845-1100 is the number if you want to call. So let's get started. What went on with the White Sox?
Well, the White Sox won 3.
They're on fire. 2 in a row.
2 in a
baby.
row. Is that a winning streak technically, or you need 3?
No.
I think 3.
Because
Have they won 2 straight this year?
Yes.
because in Major League,
That's
the
what just
movie,
happened last night.
the Major League, the movie, the
Yes.
coach goes, once we win today and then we win tomorrow, that's called a winning streak.
So 2
So
is what we're...
Technically 3 is called a winning streak. So
Okay,
they
yeah,
need one more to streak.
They won 3-2 last night against Sam's Yankees. Chris Sale's first win at home since May 12th. He pitched 7 1/3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 0 earned runs, 4 walks, which is very uncharacteristic for him. He does not walk very many people at all, and 6 strikeouts. Diaz and Beckham each had a pair of hits. Soriano, I don't know if you guys watched the game. Soriano in left field made a lot of great diving catches. Surprisingly,
No.
he did. 2 or 3. Both.
He's turning it up now that he's not on the Cubs.
I think it was 2 diving catches, both saved runs.
I'll tell you what, his defense has gotten better over the years.
That's what Steve Stone was saying. He said, you'd never think that you'd ever say Soriano's been a good defender this year.
Right.
But they
He
said
has.
over his past, 2, maybe 3 years, he's actually been an above-average fielder.
Yep.
And he made some really good plays last night. Hector Santiago will take on CC Sabathia tonight at 7:10 on Comcast Sports Net. And taking a look down at the farm for the Sox real quick, the newly 22-year-old and newly acquired outfielder Avasail Garcia is in AAA with the Sox on the season in combined AAA and Single A. He's hitting .383 now. He's actually brought his average up since the Sox got him. I think he's hitting .460 with the Sox right now in AAA. He has 7 home runs and 34 RBIs, a .431 on-base percentage in 45 games in the minors. 23-year-old starting pitcher Eric Johnson, also in AAA, and over his combined season from AAA and AA, he's thrown 109 innings, a 2.15 ERA, 0.98 WHIP, 8.3 Ks per 9, and 2.6 walks per 9 innings. And finally, 22-year-old infielder Marcus Semien, who was recently called up to AAA. On the season, he is hitting .290 with 16 home runs, 50 RBIs, and a .415 on-base percentage. In 111 games, he actually has more walks than strikeouts this year. I think he has 82 walks and 60-something strikeouts,
Ooh.
which is very rare that you can ever have someone walk more than they strike out, but that's by a large margin, too.
Yeah. So Sox got some pretty good talent.
This season,
farm
they've had
system.
a lot of guys break out. I mean,
Finally.
Their system is still pretty awful,
Yeah.
but this year they've had a lot of breakout players.
Yeah, there's some bright spots out there
At
for
least
them.
you guys have bright spots in your system. The Yankees just trade away their bright spots.
They've got some.
They have some, but they're hidden. Like you guys have more prospects that are almost ready to come up.
The Yankees have a better system than the Sox.
I know, but the Cubs system's ridiculous.
The Cubs system is getting a lot better. They have a lot of offensive talent. Still have hardly any pitching at all.
Right.
In a couple of years, though,
But offensively,
the Cubs are going to be in a really good spot.
Speaking of the Cubs, they lost 8-9 yesterday to the Phillies. They've lost 5 in a row. It's pretty solid. At 49-63 is the record. Edwin Jackson gets the loss. He goes 5 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, 2 strikeouts. Nate Shearholtz, big game, 3 for 5, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Wellington Castillo was 3 for 4. Donnie Murphy, ever heard of him?
Yes.
You have
Donnie and Daniel. I think they're related.
I don't know. He went 1 for 4 with a 3-run homer. Played for the Marlins last season, I believe. Tonight they play the Phillies. Game at 6 o'clock. Travis Wood on the mound versus Cole Hamels. Should be a fantastic game.
Cole Hamels pretty disgraceful this year.
He is.
Like,
I think
he's like 1-11.
No, he's like 3-14, I think I saw.
Yeah, but wins loss. Chris Sale's 7-12 or something.
Cole Hamels' ERA is 3.87.
But the Phillies not as bad as the White Sox, though.
I don't know. They're both.
Phillies are close to 500.
Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, at least definitely this year. But talent-wise, the Sox are just so underperforming. They're not a good team, but they are not nearly as bad as
They should at least be 500.
They should not be the second worst team in baseball based on their talent. They should be about a 500 team, maybe a little under. They're just underperforming all over the place. I just saw this about a half hour ago before we went on that the Madhouse and Madison sign at the United Center has been taken down.
Yeah, I'm upset about that. They're replacing it for a LED sign.
Yeah.
For advertising, of course.
It says in the article, apparently it's a planned step to improve the fan experience. What BS line?
What?
A planned step to improve the fan. What does that even mean? Oh,
I don't know.
The fan experience would be better if we take down this sign that fits only on the facade of the upper level, that blocks no views, that doesn't impede anybody's watching ability or anything.
If we just rip tradition, that'll improve the fan experience.
How is that improving fan experience? By taking down the sign?
It doesn't at all.
I mean, not that it's like a really famous sign or anything, but when you go to the game, you look up and you find the sign.
It's there, yeah.
Every broadcast they show, at some point they're going to have a pan across the sign, or they'll zoom into the sign, zoom out, and then down onto the ice.
Yeah.
They do it for every single telecast. I don't see the point of removing it at all. It's just, I don't understand.
I heard they're going to put it in storage for a while, so it could come back.
Yeah, they said the article said they're going to put it in storage and then put a new sign up and then figure out what to do with it then or whatever. I mean, just put it where it was.
Yeah. What's it hurting everybody that it's not there? I don't know.
It does, like I said, it doesn't block any of the view.
Right.
It just sits on the empty facade. I don't understand.
I don't know. It's a sign, first of all. Come on, really? What's the point of taking it down? It's a sign.
I thought you were saying
no,
who cares if they take it down.
No. It's a big deal for Blackhawk fans that it's up there.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
But, whatever. Let's take a break.
Sam needs to get on
you want
this.
to cue up the music? That's your cue. When I say let's take a break, you hit play right there.
There you go.
Got it.
Bring it up
Fade
a little bit.
All right, cool. When we come back from the break, turn it down just a little bit. When we come back from the break, we'll talk Railcats.
Tell me to do this.
A bowling story. No, you got it. Schaumburg Boomers baseball, girls golf, onion story, interview with Jeremy Ratajczyk.
How great of a producer I am.
And headlines all coming up on the Sports Jam on WGOB AM 1230.
It's football on your phone, that's what I said. It's football on your phone, you can watch it in bed. Take it with you wherever you go. Show your friends and watch them all go. Oh!
Football on your phone.
Yeah.
Football on your phone.
It's football on your phone, so now's your chance to have football on your phone and football in your pants. Look at this guy using his phone as a phone. Your phone ain't for calling, your phone's for football.
It's football on your phone.
Yeah.
Football on your phone.
Let me ask you a question. What do you get when a football gets down with your phone?
It's football on your phone.
Yeah.
Football on your phone.
If you're on a date with Simone, football on your phone. If you're taking out a small loan, football on your phone. When you're sitting on your throne, football on your phone. When you're buttering a scone, football on your phone. It's like I spilled milk all over your blouse by accident or on purpose. It's like the milk is like football, and your blouse is the phone.
It's football on your phone.
Yeah.
Football on your phone.
Football on your phone means football all the time. Do you want that? He does, she does, our dad does. Does your dad want it? I mean?
It's football on your phone.
Yeah. What do you think Alexander Graham Bell would say if he saw you watching football on your phone? Who cares? Dude's dead.
It's football on your phone.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Sports Jam.
Football on your phone. Mike loves that commercial.
Stupidest song I've ever heard in my
Mike's
life.
favorite commercial.
It's my favorite commercial of all time.
Stupidest song because you know what?
You love Manning's.
I
football on your
love
phone.
I love Peyton Manning, and then I've lost a little bit of respect for him.
Do you like football on your phone though?
No, because I don't have a phone that can play football.
What would
on it,
happen if
That's why he's in spite because he doesn't have.
What would happen
he
if
can't
a
get it.
football got down with your phone?
All right, let's go. Let's move on to the.
He's,
All right.
he's mad because he respects Alexander Graham Bell.
All
That's
right, let's
why.
do some local
Exactly.
stories.
Let's do it. What do you got?
What do you got?
All right, I'll start. Railcats, Railcats lost 4-1 to Kansas City yesterday. Mike Massara goes 2 for 4. James Atkins gets the loss. He goes 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 strikeouts. Tonight they play at 7. Is the rubber match as well, a 3-game series, and it is also Dollar Wednesday at the Steel Yard. You buy a ticket, get one for $1. $1 hot dogs, popcorn, and chips at the concession.
Just like to remind everyone, we are giving away those tickets. Sam, you want to read that off again, right in front of you?
Well, the tickets are for the Calderpigan World Series. We have 4 tickets, and the tournament is from August 9th to the 16th, and it is for the entire tournament, so you get quite a deal.
Yeah, we're giving away 2 pairs of these tickets. We first originally said 51st and 52nd caller. That was a joke. We'll take the second and third callers. Call in 845-1100 if you want these tickets to come out and see some
Or if Peyton Manning
great
calls in,
Little
we're just
League
going to give
action.
it right to him.
Or if Peyton and Eli come in, I think they're going to get it. So call us up, 845-1100, and Sam will turn his mic off, and then he'll answer some phone calls. There you go, number 4. You got it. I got some Tuesday prep golf roundup. Valpo's Dubsky medalist at Booster Invitational. The Valpo senior kicked off her season in fine fashion by taking medalist honors with a 68th Tuesday at the Lafayette Jeff Booster Invitational at Battleground Golf Course. Zionsville defeated the Times #1 Vikings 297-315 for the team title. Junior Kylie Shoemake carded a team low 82, helping #3 Lake Central finish 4th. Freshman Kara Kroger shot an 81 at #4 Chesterton was 7th. Sophomore Tiffany Curtis helped #2 Crown Point finish 8th with a team low 78. Lowell 205, Hobart 231. Jordan Zuby won medalist honors with a 45 at Palmyra as the Red Devils defeated the Brickies in the season and Northwest Crossroads Conference opener for both schools. Mike, you got some more stories. You got a bowling story coming up, right?
Well, we're going to start off with the baseball one
I wasn't
first.
sure which one you had up
All right.
top.
Matt Kuna, the former Griffith High School baseball player, won 5 innings and won his game Monday night for the Schaumburg Boomers. The former Griffith High School letterman and valedictorian is in his 2nd pro season. He's got a record of 6-3 with a 2.65 ERA. He's the 2nd winningest pitcher on the Boomers this year. On one hand, the 24-year-old right-hander has choices in life. Putting aside job offers, he opted to continue pitching in hopes of moving up in baseball. On the other hand, he's realistic. He's a controlled pitcher without a blazing fastball. If he was left-handed, great, but right-handers who can't throw 94 miles per hour usually don't impress scouts. He said, quote, "I know how professional affiliated clubs are going to look at me. I don't light up the radar gun, and I don't put up big strikeout numbers. This is probably as far as I'll make it. I'm okay with it because I still love the game. I'm from Griffith, and my family can watch me." Also said it would have been nice to play 10 minutes away from his house for the Gary Railcats. At the same time, there are 4 Frontier League teams in the Chicago area. He also said, "If I played for a team like Gary, the American Association is from Canada to Texas. So that's a huge league. So he's got to travel a little more. And, you can't complain about the traveling there.
Right.
Matt Kuna sounds like someone who will establish himself in business and coach on the side. He already helps out junior varsity pitchers at Griffith in the offseason. He also provided off-season instruction at the White Sox Academy at the Omni in Cherville. He said, maybe I won't be a head coach. Maybe I'll be a volunteer coach. I love to give back to my high school. I know Matt personally. He's a good kid. He's a heck of a pitcher. He really was in high school, so good luck to him the rest of the way. Bowling, we got some local guys. A big name, a couple local bowlers are still very much alive in the opening squad of the PBA 50 South Shore Open at Olympia Lanes on Tuesday. Big name from Griffith. Rick Woloszyn posted a 1,674. That's a plus 74. A pair of big name professionals in are Pete Weber and Mark Williams. They hit plus 260 and plus 237. Ran away from the pack. Woloszyn made an adjustment to his throwing motion after having a hard time early. It worked, and he maintained a good pace for his final 4 games. He said, once I found that comfort zone, I felt like I was able to put the ball where I needed to. Early, I was bad, but I finished pretty good late. Woloszyn said that he's got a better understanding of what it takes to win a high-profile event after bowling some PBA regional stops, a few national stops, and the U.S. Open in Las Vegas in last year. He also said, I've learned that if you just stay within yourself and just play your game and keep working to find it, eventually it'll come. It finally did come for me in about the 5th game. So Rick Woloszyn will, I believe, he wants to get to plus 160 after today's qualifying rounds. I know Rick, personally, those couple Griffith guys I had to mention, they were in the paper today in the Northwest Indiana Times. I know both of them pretty well. They're great guys. Rick's a big-time bowler. He's pretty legit, so had to get him out there.
I love bowling.
Do you?
Bowled for a long time. I probably started when I was 10, and I've pretty much bowled in a league from 10 till, 18, 17 or 18. Sometime in high school I stopped, and then I just bowled recently at Ball State, just in a league for fun or whatever.
Yeah.
I love bowling.
I always need the bumpers. I'm usually pretty bad.
You still need
bumpers at age 17.
I'm telling you, my ball is such a fierce hook. Just gets in the gutter.
Sure.
I'm telling you, it's like on Wii bowling where you put the curve all the way.
So that's why you stand all the way to the left. You throw your hook all the way to the right, to the right board, and then it hooks back in. That's what I do, at least.
Yeah.
If you hook it more than all the way from the left, all the way to the right, and then all the way to the left gutter again, then you got some problems, because that should never happen.
I think it's an issue of being too talented. I think that's why.
I think so. I don't think so at all. What's your high game?
Mid-hundreds, probably.
Mid-hundreds is your high game. That's because you're too
That's
talented?
pretty pathetic.
I don't want to show up people, though. I mean, I just go there for a good time.
Because you're too talented.
Do we have enough time for this?
For what?
Your story?
Yeah, it's
All right.
not even 2:30 yet.
All right, let's go.
Mike can't tell time, so.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
guess.
here's my onion.
It's 2:29, so.
It's 2:28. My onion story of the day is, again, this is fake news story. Repellent 9-year-old crushed at suspension of favorite baseball player A-Rod. Following Major League Baseball's decision to suspend Yankees third baseman for 211 games, 9-year-old Alex Rodriguez fan and utterly repellent little jerk David Pulaski expressed his heartbreak Tuesday that he won't be able to see his favorite player in action until 2015. I love A-Rod. He's the best, and now I don't get to watch him at all, said the insufferable and entitled little tool, who sources confirmed has absolutely no friends and is hated by virtually everyone who knows or has ever met him in their lives. The MLB is stupid. A-Rod's the most awesome player ever. This sucks. The repulsive, self-absorbed brat added that he's glad that he can still watch his second favorite player, Yankees relief pitcher Jabba Chamberlain. I think this kid's name should have been Sam Sapyta.
Oh,
because
burn.
I see you as a 9-year-old being this insufferable kid. The Yankees are the best.
The Yankees are the best.
See, when Joe pulled that story up, he said, I got a story about Sam Sapyta.
Did he?
And I read 9-year-old crushed, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it sounds like Sam.
So 9-year-old and crushed. Describe Sam Sapyta.
All right, I just read the whole thing. I'm not going to read it. We got to take a break right now on Sports Jam. So when we come back, we'll have Jeremy Ratajczyk. He's on the line right now. Just hold up there. And got some wiffle ball because he is the commissioner of wiffle ball. We'll talk to him about the playoffs coming up. Kelvin Hayden in the news. Tore his left hammy. He's out for the year. Talk some Bears. We'll be right back on the Sports Jam, AM 1230 WJB.
Welcome back to the Sports Jam. Mike's still mad about football on your phone?
Because I am. Yes, I am.
He's mad at the greatness of that music video.
It's a bad song. Let's take our guest who's been waiting. We've got Jeremy Ratajczyk. What's going on?
Hey, Mike. It's good to be back on the Sports Jam.
All right, so you got the playoffs for wiffle ball coming up. Is that correct?
Yeah, we do. We start actually tomorrow is the first day of the playoffs. We have got some 3 series between our 4 and our 5 seeds. So the winner of that will play the 1 seed, and because there's only 5 teams in the league, so we do a 4 and 5, and then the winner plays the 1, and then the winner of those go to the World Series.
So what teams are in the playoffs?
We have it where every team makes the playoffs. Actually, there's only 5 teams, so we figure might as well put them all in.
Right.
We wanted to avoid the what happens is if we would have like 2 teams miss the playoffs, we don't want to have guys like tanking games at the end of the year and stuff.
Okay. So who's the best team? Who's that number 1 seed in the playoffs?
The number 1 seed is going to have to be the Gashouse Fellas, which is actually my team. I don't want to sound too arrogant here, but we did complete the first ever
14-0
regular season in the Griffleball League. We're 14-0, so we got to be the favorites headed in. We're actually going to play the winner of the 4 and 5, which takes place tomorrow.
So I'm guessing you are the best player. Is that correct?
I don't know. I know the fans listening here don't want me to go off too much about my own stats, so I don't know. I'm one of the better hitters in the league, but we have a lot of good players. We have Mike Salmon on the academy. They're the number 2 seed. He's a really good player. And then we had a rookie from the Lightning, which is the number 3 seed. His name's Tommy Merklis. He's a really good hitter. He was actually in the All-Star game. We had the All-Star game in the Home Run Derby on Sunday. He was in that. And then a couple other guys, Sammy Kruchek on the Nighttime Ninjas is a really good hitter. And then a few teams have some other teams have some good pitchers too. So it's a pretty balanced league. And I'm one of the better players in the league, but there's definitely a lot of good competition.
Yeah, I wanted to congratulate you on your perfect 14-0 season. And speaking of you being such a great player, I saw you led the league in home runs, average, RBIs, and saves.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was pretty thrilled. It was the first time we ever had a Triple Crown winner in the Griffleball League, so I was thrilled about that. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of players. We have a lot of good competition. Last couple of years, we've had some really good athletes out there. The first 2 years we struggled to get guys in, but like the last couple of years, with that like 25, 30 players in the league, we got some pretty good hitters, some good pitchers, and it's really the competition is really balanced in the league now.
Now, when you give out awards like MVP and Cy Young and all that, do you guys actually have trophies for these awards, like physical trophies?
Well, for the World Series championship, we have a trophy, and for the World Series MVP. But other than that, like the regular season awards, we don't. Unfortunately, we'd like to one day, but unfortunately, it's not really in our budget. But like I said, at the end of the year, we have a little trophy for the World Series winner. What I do is I try to find a trophy in my archives that I got when I was a little kid that I haven't used in a while. And what I'll do is I'll put out like a World Series logo and I'll put it on the front of the trophy to make it look like it's an actual trophy from our league. So I mean, it's not the best trophy, but it works.
So it's not a traveling trophy every year. It's a new one that someone gets to actually keep after every season.
It is a new one, yeah. Because like we'll have a different logo for the World Series every year. Like last year, like I'll just type in like I'll Google image search the image for like the 2013 World Series, and then I'll put our logo in the place of the Major League Baseball logo, and I'll just do something like that, and then I'll maybe put the logos of the 2 teams that are in it too, just to make it look like kind of official.
There you go. So just for anyone who's just tuning in now and maybe didn't hear our previous interviews, can you just give a real quick rundown of what Griffleball is and how people can join?
We're a fast-pitch competitive wiffle league. We're located in Highland, Indiana. We play our games at Shepherd Park, which is just off Libel Road in Highland. We play pretty much our most common game nights are Sunday nights and Thursday nights. But usually how it works is I'll text all the players, and then they'll let me know their availability for the week, and I'll schedule games accordingly. We have between 25 and 30 players in our league right now. But like I said, with only 5 teams, we're always going to grow. We had 6 teams in years past, but we went down to 5 this year, unfortunately. But yeah, we're definitely looking to grow. We play from June all the way up until August. So like the first Sunday in June is always our opening day, and then we play until the college kids go back to school. So we end up playing probably around 25, 30 games this summer, and it's a really good experience. I try to do my best on our official website, and I try to make it as professional of an experience as possible. And I think that all the players really love it, and we're definitely looking to add some more people. So if you're listening in, you can check out our website. It's www.leaguelineup.com/Griffleball. And we also have a Facebook and a Twitter. So if you go on Facebook or Twitter, just search Griffleball, and then our pages will come up.
And that is Griffleball. Griffleball.
Yes.
If you have any questions for Jeremy, 219-845-1100 is the number. Who's the dark horse in the playoffs coming up?
The dark horse in the playoffs. You know what? I'm going to have to go with the anti-heroes. They were the number 5 seed. They only went 2-13 in the regular season, but they picked up Ryan Bridges, and I said a few things about him in my past interviews. He's a really good talent in the football league.
Right.
They picked him up about halfway through. I think they're like 0-8 or 0-9 when they picked him up, and then I think they went like maybe 2-3 in the games he played, something like that. And he's a really good pitcher. I think his ERA was in the 1. And his power numbers really aren't there yet, but his average is pretty respectable in the 300. And I think he's going to help them turn the corner. Their two players they had most of the year were Nate Bryan and John Reyna, and they've always been good hitters, but they kind of struggle with pitching. But now that they have Ryan as their ace, I think he might be able to make some noise in the playoffs.
So that team is stacked. They've got Ryan Bridges, they've got Nate Bryan, John Reyna, who can crush the ball. He's the Adam Dunn of the league.
Yeah.
So that team's pretty talented over there.
Do you guys have a deadline for when you can pick up players before the playoff starts, or can they keep adding even tomorrow?
Yeah, we try to have it where like at the end of the season we have like a roster lock. So like a week before the season ends, that's your set roster, and then no more adding or trading players. But actually last year it was unfortunate because we had a few guys go out of town in August and stuff, so the teams were short on guys. So we had to have a few guys play their first games in the playoffs, which was really unfortunate, but that's just how it had to happen. I figure might as well have games with new players than have to forfeit, you know.
So would there be any room for a very talented hitter that we have coming out of WJOB, Mike Zajac? He was wondering if there'd be any room on some for some playoff competition.
By the way, I did not wonder that.
He's been working on his swing in the cages, and he was just wondering.
Well, you know, he did well in his brief stint with the U last year. He had some pretty respectable hitting numbers.
The U. Whatever happened to the U?
Well, the U's manager, Jamar Averyhart, I believe he got a job out of town, so he had to disband his team. That's actually why we're down to 5 teams this year. But yeah, I think Mike has a little more value to the Griffleball League as an announcer for the playoffs. But if he wants to play too, then maybe he has to inquire about that, and maybe we can get him out of the team.
Did the whole team possibly move or disband because of Mike Zajac? Like, did he just ruin the game for them?
I think he did. You know, I know Jamar got that job, but Jamar might have just been bluffing because he might have been so heartbroken that Mike couldn't be on his team anymore.
You know, I did talk about my former teammate Matt Kuna earlier. Were you listening about that? About the Schaumburg Boomers? It was in the Northwest Indiana Times this morning. Story about him.
What happened? I actually didn't catch that. What happened?
Well, it's just a story about him, about how he's pitching for the Schaumburg Boomers, and he's 6-3 right now with a 2.65 ERA. He's close to home. It was just talking about that. So
yeah, he's actually on the Nighttime Ninjas. For those who don't know, he's actually the first draft pick of the Ninjas. The Ninjas came last this year, so they had the first draft pick. Their manager, Mike Kubacki, he knew that Matt would have limited availability
right.
with with being out of town and stuff, but he still took a shot with him, and then so I guess Mike's hoping that that'll be visible for the playoffs here. He's definitely one of the best pitchers in the league.
Let's look ahead to next season. I know you want to grow on this league. How do people join this league?
Well, you pretty much you just got to get a hold of me. My number is it's all over the website. It's on the Facebook page. I'm always welcome to new players. I've never had a tryout or anything like that. I figure if you're willing to play football and you're dedicated to the league, you can join. So like I said, we're looking to expand. We got 5 teams, and I think 6 is a really good number. 6 teams in the league ensures that you get to play each team a solid at least 4 or 5 times. If we get up in the 8-10 range, that might be a little much. But I think 6 is the perfect number, maybe 7. But yeah, definitely looking to grow, and you can check out the website, get a hold of me. I'll definitely get you a team. You could try starting your own team. You could if you don't know enough people, you could just join, and we could find some room for you on another team. So yeah, definitely looking to add on.
All right, we have Dave on the line. Let's see what Dave has to say.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, guys. Played a lot of wiffle ball when I was a kid growing up in Hessville, and I know where the park is. Can you just kind of shoot through some of the rules? How many players? I mean, we used to have teams, and we would have 2 outfielders, 2 infielders, and a pitcher throwing against a brick wall, and then we would mark, anything past the pitcher, anything was a base hit, that kind of thing. Can you just kind of give the Reader's Digest version of the field size, how many players, and some basic rules that would be different than normal baseball?
All right. We have our own.
I'll hang up and listen.
Different than a lot of the traditional football leagues around the country. We only do 2 outs per inning. We do 5 inning games, 2 outs per inning. Our strike zone is actually a lawn chair, and it avoids all discrepancy. If a pitch hits anywhere on the seat or above, so arms included, it's a strike. And then, like I said, 2 outs per inning. We won't have any base running in our league. So if you hit the ball in play, past the pitcher, there's a pitcher and 1 fielder behind them. So if you hit the ball in play, past both fielders, then it's a base hit. We have lines painted on the field to mark where the singles, doubles, and triples territory would be. So like I said, if a ball lands and a fly in that area, in whatever area it would be a double or triple or home run accordingly. And then our dimensions are 60 feet down the line, 80 feet to dead center, and 85 feet in the gaps.
Nice. Very nice. All right, Jeremy, thanks for coming on and talking to us about Griffleball. Hopefully,
always a pleasure.
Hopefully these interviews can help grow the league a little bit and
yeah, absolutely.
Get to a couple hundred. Maybe you'll be on ESPN The Ocho in a few years.
Yeah, one day. Yeah, we've always want Griffleball to grow, and hopefully this is one of the first steps in getting the league a lot more exposure. So thanks a lot. It was a pleasure, and I look forward to letting you guys know how the season finishes up.
All right, thanks, Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy, one more thing. Let me know when you want me to broadcast those games. I'll be out there.
Absolutely. All right,
All right, see you, bye.
All right, see you.
All right.
Yeah.
One more time. Keep trying. Sam's trying to hang up the phone. There you go. Got it.
All right. See, I can do things.
I'll be honest. I didn't know how to do it either.
Thank you, Joe.
I got it.
Mike's usually the one taking control of that. All right, let's take a break real quick. When we come back from the break, we'll do some headlines with Sam. I got some waiver rules for any Major League Baseball trades that take place in August. See if we can get through those. All coming up on the Sports Jam on WJOB AM 1230.
Unfortunately, my school's not blown to pieces. I have it next Friday.
That stinks. Probably shouldn't say that.
Well, I mean, obviously I don't want my school blown up, but I would prefer not having it soon.
All right, and on to your headlines.
All right, let's go to my headlines.
Fired.
Did we talk about Kelvin Hayden already?
No, bring it up.
All right, Bears cornerback Kelvin Hayden will miss entire season with torn left hamstring.
Yep.
So he was acquired from the Colts a couple of years ago.
Yeah, 30-year-old Kelvin Hayden tore it Saturday night during practice. It's a 6 to 8 month recovery. Isaiah Frey has been taking the reps at nickelback. Zach Bowman could also replace him, but the 2 top guys are still okay. Tillman and Jennings, they really need to stay healthy with Kelvin Hayden out.
So to clarify for the listeners, nickelback is the third cornerback?
The number 3.
So they have
worst band.
So it has Tillman as the 1.
Tillman's 1, Jennings 2, Hayden was 3, and I guess Frey is the number 3 guy now with Hayden out. Maybe I was thinking Zach Bowman, but we'll see.
Tillings. That's what I was going to say.
Tillings.
Tillman and Jennings did a great job.
Oh, yeah. They've always been
So if
phenomenal.
they can stay very consistent like they did last year.
Yep.
That's what you do. Exactly.
Yeah.
Vikings owner just ripping on the Bears division today with these next 2 stories. Vikings owner Ziggy Wilf likely to pay a huge sum in fraud case as he lost a civil suit to former business partners who claimed that that Wilf spent years systematically cheating the team out of millions of dollars. So he's basically, when money's going into the account, he's basically cheating them out of millions of dollars that the team could be getting. So you look back at the roof situation that the Vikings had. They could have used that money that Wilf was cheating them out of to maybe not move stadiums, maybe to fix it quicker.
Oh, that stadium was so bad, though.
That was awful. If you saw that video.
When the Twins played there, just garbage stadium.
It was just like.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Like awful.
Do that again?
I think that's exactly what it sounded like.
I'm sure
it is.
I'm sure it did.
It's close. All right, and another thing, fight broke out yesterday at Packers practice with Jermichael Finley and Jarvis Reed. They both threw punches. Is fighting healthy in practice? I know some people that say fighting is good, like to start, like
how is it healthy?
No, it's not healthy. It's good to start, like to get your fire, like to get ready for the season. I don't know. That's what some people on SportsCenter say. I know we don't like.
Some people
them.
on SportsCenter are dumb.
Yeah, but do you think that it's like it starts off like fire and passion, or do you think it's just dumb?
I think it's dumb.
I think it's dumb, man.
You should get along with your teammates, not punch them in the faces.
Packers are getting in trouble. I mean, they got Bulaga's out. They got Jordy Nelson's out.
They got
now.
Eddie Lacy needing to go on Weight Watchers.
Big diet. They also picked up what's the wide receiver or quarterback from Texas?
Vince Young.
Vince Young.
He's not a problem.
He's a problem.
He's going to be fine.
He's not going to play, but he's a distraction.
He's not going to. How's he a distraction?
Because he's a big name guy who doesn't play, and he's always been a distraction wherever he goes.
It's because he won't complain. I'm telling you, this is like his last chance in the NFL. He's not going to say anything.
But he's not even going to play behind Aaron Rodgers anyway.
True, because Aaron Rodgers is ridiculous. And here's an interesting story that I found. Average salaries in professional sports. Now, in Major League Baseball, it's $3.4 million a year on average. NBA, it's $5.85 million a year. Average.
Really?
Yes. In the NFL, it's $1.1 million. I'm guessing because there's a lot of players in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised basketball's that high.
MLS, which is Major League Soccer, is $100,000 average. The lowest is $35,000. Average rookie is $35,000.
You got to think of, in order of who makes the most money, I'm sure it's the NFL, and they get paid only one something million, which is still a lot. But MLS, they make no money, I can assume, right? I mean, it's safe to assume they make hardly any money,
right?
Because nobody in this country really watches American soccer. So it's kind of fitting.
It's just soccer in America. It's no American soccer.
I mean,
it's American football.
Really, honestly, I think a lot more Americans watch international soccer than they watch MLS soccer.
Yeah, I agree.
Think about it this way: the championship of MLS soccer, like all the other major sports, you know who won the championship, and it's like an honor. Like for MLS, I don't know who won championships. I mean, you don't have to follow the NHL. It'll be on SportsCenter. It'll be all over the place. Who won?
NHL it might be on.
It'll be on Fox Sports 1 and NBC Sports Network.
Yeah,
that's about it.
But it was interesting, like, compared to international soccer, like the top-paid team, the FC Barcelona, the average international player makes $8.6 million for them.
Which is a ton, but I also noticed that it said it includes endorsements, which kind of makes a little more sense.
Since they wear the jerseys, they have a bunch of endorsements on them.
Well, that's not individual players.
It's for, like, the team. For the team.
But, I mean, because they're so popular and they do commercials out there and stuff like that.
Right.
They make a lot of money that way, but even $100 million for an MLS player, or not $100 million, $100,000 a year, that's still good.
I'd take it.
It's still a great. If I said, "Hey, I just got a new job," oh yeah, how much are you making? Oh, $100,000. I'd be like, "Oh my God, that is great."
I'd take it any day of the week.
Right? I mean, while it's obviously pales in comparison to all the other sports around here, $100,000 is still nothing to.
Not chump change, that's for sure.
Yeah, totally take that.
Okay, here's a story for the NBA. I know you guys don't follow the NBA too much.
Right.
Shabazz Muhammad, which is a rookie out of UCLA, he's a one-and-done player. He's a rookie for the Timberwolves. he was kicked out of the NBA Rookie Transition Program. Now, for those who don't know what the NBA Rookie Transition Program is, it's a program where they take all the NBA rookies, and they have, like, sort of mentors.
Put them in a program?
They put them in...
For transitioning purposes?
And they have them stay over in dorms, and they kind of teach them the ropes of, like, what the do's and don'ts of traveling and then the NBA just to get them used to it.
All right.
Well, Shabazz Muhammad does a very interesting thing, a very childish thing, and sneaks a girl in his room.
So?
How do you get kicked out of the
That's
NBA?
what I was thinking when I heard the story. So who cares?
Well, he got kicked out of the...
So he got kicked out of the
NBA transition program. He got asked
just the
to
program?
leave.
Just the program so he can play summer ball too?
It sounds like he made the right move. I'm sure players don't want to be there and do that.
Yeah.
Like, who wants to sleep in a dorm for a week or whatever and learn rules?
When you've slept in a dorm for
a year,
last year.
Bringing hella girls into the room.
All right, but yeah,
I can get out of the program.
Sam, why'd you even bring this up? This ain't a problem.
I think you just gave everyone a loophole.
All right,
Are there any other basketball players doing this?
Apparently not. I mean,
All
this
of
is the
them now.
story.
Yeah,
Starting tomorrow, they're all going to have girls coming in.
They all want to get out of there.
Only for the NFL transition program, the only person that stayed was Tim Tebow, apparently.
Oh,
I get jokes.
Come on,
I
Sam.
get jokes.
Come on.
I liked it. I give you one.
Okay.
Touche.
Here's an interesting story. Now, there's been a lot of racial stories in the last month or so, like Riley Cooper.
Yep.
Everybody's heard about that story.
One example, that's a lot. Keep going.
No, it's a big one. We got a statue of Jackie Robinson outside of MCU Park in Coney Island was defaced with swastikas and racial slurs. This is really interesting because Jackie Robinson really, I mean, he had a lot of critics when he played.
Obviously.
And most of the Caucasian persuasion.
Right.
But you really don't see, with the movie coming out, everybody, I love Jackie Robinson. He broke the color barrier. He's a great icon. Now, why would someone deface something as great as this? I just don't understand.
Just to annoy people, just to be a jerk. Happens all the time.
It's crazy though. Like, and do you think there should be more security? Like, do you think they didn't even catch it on camera?
Well, there was a surveillance camera, right?
They didn't catch him.
No.
They don't know who did it.
So you mean they caught him? They just couldn't identify him?
From the article I read, it said that they could not identify.
Okay, so exactly what you said. They should put for every statue that is made and put out in front of the stadium, they should put cameras in their eyes.
Yeah, why not? Or like a gate, around it.
With watchdogs?
I mean, there could have been a gate. Yeah, just put a dog
with
inside
barbed
the gate.
wire at the top of it so nobody gets...
Barbed wire around every statue. Laser fields and all that stuff.
Yeah, there you go. You got to do like a James Bond type move to get around him or something.
Like the Mike Zajac statue by Griffleball Stadium.
It's there.
Is it?
I talked to Jeremy a couple days ago. He's going to pull one up.
Does it have you making an error?
No,
the statue.
It's got me diving for a ball that just got by me.
Oh really? So we've heard rumors that you went in there much like Shabazz, just didn't take anything seriously.
Yeah.
And then you got.
Well, you know what? The teammates that I had, they didn't take it serious.
Okay.
So
pass the buck.
Bash your teammates.
Or some of them took it way too serious, and I was just laughing hysterically because they took it so seriously.
You laughing hysterically at something?
Yeah.
Right? We heard your traffic and weather report yesterday.
I saw that video.
That was
for anyone who was listening to Jed Flashbacks.
That's not going to be a Jed Flashback.
Or no, that was Harlow's show.
That was Harlow's show.
That was Harlow's show.
So
single-handedly the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Speaking of the next show, we have to cut.
Me and Mike are going to be having some intellectual discussions.
Our computer is being taken over apparently. But nobody pays attention to us and knows that our show.
In between flashbacks, me and Mike will have intellectual discussions. You might want to tune in.
You might. Jed Flashbacks is next from 3 to 4, and at 4 o'clock is the Afternoon Fix with Ron Harlow, and Joseph O'Rourke is taking over for Jasmine.
Yeah, I'm doing
Josephina.
Josephina apparently is her new name.
Sam, see if you can grab the computer control back and play the bumper so we can get out of here.
The back room is at 6 o'clock with Big George and Larry the K. And it is Wednesday, so Music Underdogs with Rick Kubik, 9 to 11. And as Sam, there he goes. He needs to press play up there at the top, and we will.
Look at you.
We're
turning it up a little.
Look at him. He's on fire.
Not too high.
This was worse than yesterday.
You think
How
so?
can you say that? I did an excellent job.
This was worse than
I really
yesterday.
did it. I didn't do a bad job.
It was worse than
I didn't
yesterday.
drop the collar.
As
Almost.
LTK has said in the past, how do you not break your arm patting yourself on the back after everything you do?
I don't know. It's a mystery. That does it
All
for the Sports Jam.
Jed Flashbacks is next. Keep it locked right here on AM 1230 WJLB.